Hi, everyone. I am Alicia Bascom, Manager of Corporate Communications and Public Education at the Financial Services Commission. You are now watching episode 2 of FSC Speaks, and today you're in for a treat. You get to meet our property administrator, Wayne Griffith, who also wears another hat. Today's tale is one of faith and facilities management. Stay tuned for more.
My name is Wayne Griffith. I am the Property Administrator at the Financial Services Commission. I came here as a driver messenger in the initial stages. Prior to that, I used to work at a place called Drivermatic Car Rentals and Caribbean Scooters. The transition from driver messenger to property administrator started around 2021, around the COVID period. It was during that time that the FSC saw it fit that we need to have someone to take care of the needs of staff and to have a sanitary environment for staff to be comfortable during the COVID period. The FSC also saw the skill sets that I had, and they utilized those skill sets in order to help make staff comfortable, because property administration is really about putting people, process, and place together so that the built environment can be comfortable. The typical day for me as a property administrator starts out with planning and organizing. However, sometimes those plans do not come to fruition because things creep up on you. Things like AC going down, things like plumbing issues, things like doors not working properly. And in these cases, I have to be very, very responsive. And you need the skills and the skill set in order to manage these things so that the business can continue. Some of the key things that I have to consider when making a decision are how the operations are affected by the decisions that have to be made. For example, if there is a meeting that has to go on, we cannot have a plumber coming in to dig out the walls, etc., to make lots of noise. Timelines are very, very important in making decisions. How it affects business continuity in terms of if operations are going to cause persons to not function effectively in their role, then I have to consider that as well. So these are some of the things that I consider. So the call to ministry came first. And this started back when I was at the Sandy Lane Hotel back in 2008. It was then that I sensed the Lord calling me to ministry. But it was an internal struggle for me because I was saying that this is a great responsibility. And over that period, from 2008 to 2012, that was when the struggle ensued. Now, I joined the call to ministry, and that call to ministry, I wanted confirmation. And the Lord provided that confirmation for me. Because I prayed, I remember praying one time and I asked the Lord, if this is where you're leading me, I ask that you open up doors of opportunity for me. Because when I was at Sandy Lane, I used to work shift. And it was then though that I was at the main gate of Sandy Lane Hotel one year, and I gave in to the Lord. And the opportunity to become a driver messenger at the Financial Service Commission, that is what really opened up the door for me being here at the Financial Services Commission. It also gave me the opportunity to study as well, because study for ministry, and I wanted to also advance myself in my educational pursuits as well. And that is how I came to the FSC. And during that time, up to now, I've sensed the Lord leading me. And today I'm leading congregation, not only one congregation, but two. This is the Kairos Wesleyan Holiness Church and the Coconut Hall Christian Center. And I've been pastor. This is now going into 2 years as pastor of these two lovely assemblies. I see being the role of a young pastor as both an exciting and a challenging journey at the same time, because there's a lot of responsibility that is placed on my shoulders. I see joy and profoundness. There's also sometimes feelings of uncertainty and doubt because you don't know what would happen and what would happen in the future. You don't know, but you trust God to direct you at every single step.
The Financial Services Commission licenses, supervises, and regulates non-bank financial institutions operating in Barbados.
My pension plan at work.
My insurance and securities.
My credit union.
We are proactive.
We monitor for compliance and we act in your best interests to prevent breaches of the Financial Services Commission Act.
The Financial Services Commission, helping to promote a fair, safe, and stable financial system. Learn more about us at fsc.gov.bb.
Hi, I am Griffith, and you are watching FSC Speaks. Some things people don't know about me are that I am a great singer, and I make the best pillow in Barbados. I also build cupboards, and I am a novice guitar player. These are some of the things that God has blessed me with, and I'm so thankful to share them with others. I love television. I love to sit down and watch movies and series, and something else that I do as well. I'm always reading, trying to study the scriptures, and that helps me to relax as well, because in the scriptures I find solace and hope as well. So that is how I really unwind and relax. The most challenging aspect of being a property administrator is really centered around operations and maintenance. Sometimes there are unexpected breakdowns. There is component wear and tear of the equipment, and it really affects the operations of the Financial Services Commission. What I have done though is to look at ways in which we can reduce downtime. For example, if an AC system goes down, I reach out to the service providers to deal with that issue as soon as possible. But there's also the comfort level of the staff. So you get the challenges of staff members coming and saying, well, this room is too hot or this room is too cold, and you have to deal with that. So that is another aspect of the challenges that I face as a property administrator. There's also the environmental factors. Sometimes you have situations where you might have a leak, for example, and you have to rush to make sure that no staff member injures themselves from health and safety perspective. So these are some of the things that are some of the challenges that I face as property administrator on a day-to-day basis. With the increasing demands of my time and skills, I think that prioritizing is of utmost importance, as well as creating an avenue for younger persons to be property administrators. It is also important that with these demands that I set smart goals that would allow us to achieve the targets that we have to make the building operate to its optimum. For anybody trying to get into this field of property administration, the first thing I would give them advice on is that it is hard work. And you need to develop the skills, and such skills as communication, problem solving skills, technical expertise. These are some of the skills that you need to be a property administrator. There's also the need to get certified. Read, study, and learn. And there are organizations such as the International Facilities Management Association, which offers courses in helping to increase the competency skills of facility managers and property administrators. There's also the constant development by going to conferences and seminars that would help assist in developing a well-rounded facility manager / property administrator. Those are some of the advice that is some of the advice that I would give to a person who is interested in getting into property administration.